Welcome to Nektony's podcast. This podcast covers the most relevant topics regarding macOS and iOS. The goal of our show is to describe our listeners how to keep their smart devices always fast, clean, and free of junk. When the message "your startup disk is almost full" appears, most users get lost. Our support team at Nektony received many emails from users asking how to fix the total startup disk error. So we have decided to share a comprehensive guide about the Mac startup disk. In this podcast, we will provide 10 particular tips on how to clean up your Mac startup disk. What is a startup disk on a Mac? A startup disk is a Mac hard drive's partition where macOS is installed. The user's applications, files, and any data are also stored on this disk. You can change the name of this partition, but it will still be the startup disk of your Mac. What does "your startup disk is almost full" mean? The warning message indicating that your startup disk is almost full appears when there is no longer enough free space on your disk. Often, this is due to a large excess of files occupying your Mac's hard drive, causing free space to plunge to a dangerously low level. To resolve this issue, you need to free up some disk space. Lack of free space on the startup disk leads to the macOS system unstable and slow performance. It can also prevent applications from launching or working correctly, including suddenly crashing or simply ceasing to work. What to do if the startup disk is full on Mac? In general, you need to clean up your startup disk to recover some space. You can either remove some files manually or use Mac Cleaner Pro to perform this task quickly and easily. The first step to get some disk space is to check your trash. It may sound elementary, but we frequently delete files and forget to empty the trash. The files in the trash still occupy your disk space, so it is recommended that you empty the trash folder at least once a week. To permanently delete files from the trash folder, right-click on the trash in the dock panel and select Empty Bin option. Another way to complete this task is to open Trash and click on the Empty button in the top right corner. Step number 2. Delete downloads. How many times you have downloaded files from the web browsers, messenger applications, torrents, or mail? When you download files from the internet, by default, they are saved in the Downloads folder. According to statistics, the average user accumulates 1 GB per week in the Downloads folder. The files in the Downloads folder usually remain unorganized and may take up several gigabytes of free space. Sorting the list of downloads by size, kind, or date will help you to quickly uncover which unneeded files you have and remove them. Step number 3. Clear cache. Cache files is a temporary data files created by apps, browsers, and other programs to help your Mac run faster. Please note that when you remove cache files, they will be recreated the next time you run the application. Even so, it is a good idea to clear the cache from time to time. Apps you may no longer be using, as well as their leftovers, still remain in the cache folders and occupy tons of gigabytes of your disk memory. In the Hidden Caches folder, you will see a large number of junk files that are automatically created when you run applications. As a result, this folder may increase substantially in size over time. The library folder is hidden on macOS by default, as Apple keeps their system files and protects them from accidental removal. To open it, you should open the Finder window, click Go from the menu, then choose Go to Folder option. In the dialog box, you should type ~library/caches and click Go. Keep the folders, but go into each one and delete the files inside. Be careful. Cache files with an Apple in the name cannot be deleted. Deleting such files may cause a system crash. Step number 4. Remove language resources. Language resources are the data stored by apps for different languages. Apart from English, Many apps include languages such as German, Chinese, French, Italian, Russian, Hindi, and go on. For instance, Spotify has 54 languages. If you don't need all of these translations, you can get rid of unneeded ones within the Spotify Contents folder. To remove language resources, you should open the Applications folder, select Spotify, right-click and select Show Package Contents. In the window that appears, select Resources and delete useless language files. This method allows you to efficiently remove all unused languages in your applications. Be careful to delete only specific language files, since deleting important application files can affect the app's performance or even cause it to crash. Please note, English is the base language, so you should never delete it. Step number 5. Delete mail downloads. If you use the standard macOS mail application, the system saves them to a separate folder on your hard drive. After several months of using the mail client, the folder size can grow up to several gigabytes. The easiest way to find this folder is to search via Spotlight. Just type mail downloads in the search field, preview the files and save those that you need, or delete all the files at once. All the previous steps can be quickly done by Mac Cleaner Pro. Mac Cleaner Pro will automatically find all junk files and allow you to remove them in just a few clicks. The software tool will find all junk files in seconds by searching your downloads, trash, cache, logs, and language resources. For this, just launch Mac Cleaner Pro and click to clean up junk files. Take a look at the junk files and select unneeded types. Then click on Review and Remove and confirm the removal. Step number 6. Uninstall unused applications. Don't forget to check your Applications folder. The number of installed applications may sometimes exceed 100. In fact, some of these apps may not be used regularly or even at all, but still take up a ton of space on your Mac's hard drive. If you haven't already done so, it's a good time to uninstall such unused programs. However, do note that merely moving an app to the trash just by dragging and dropping it is not enough. You need to remove the app's cache and other service files stored in the library folder. We recommend that you read the instruction on how to uninstall apps completely, attached in the description, or use a unique tool from Mac Cleaner Pro called App Cleaner and Uninstaller. It will help you to swiftly and correctly remove any unwanted applications from your Mac. Instead of manually searching for app service files and wasting your time, App Cleaner and Uninstaller will automatically find all the service and even the leftovers of previously removed apps. Step number 7. Remove leftovers. Leftovers are the broken service files left after deleting the apps. Such broken service files are unnecessary and just take up your disk memory, so you should remove them. Fortunately, with the help of App Cleaner and Uninstaller, you can find and remove them with ease. The application finds and shows these files in the remaining files section. Step number 8. Delete unnecessary desktop pictures and screensavers. Most Mac users like appealing screensavers and do not limit themselves to the default collection. If you're a screensaver fan and have a collection of them, don't forget that they may take up a sizable chunk of your disk-limited memory. It is recommended that you remove unneeded screensavers. To accomplish this, you can again use App Cleaner and Uninstaller, which finds all the screensavers and shows them in the extensions section. Step number 9. Find and remove duplicate files. You may have created copies of documents or downloaded some files twice and later forgotten about it. Duplicate files take up valuable disk space on your Mac. You can use the appropriate tool from Mac Cleaner Pro called Duplicate File Finder, which helps you find and remove duplicate files in less than 5 minutes. minutes. Duplicate File Finder allows you to scan any folder and drives and find all duplicate files, including videos, music, pictures, documents, and archives, among others. The application finds even similar folders and can merge them, making it easy to organize your files and folders. Step number 10. Restart your Mac. Once you have cleaned up your hard drive, you should restart your Mac. A simple system reboot can help you to free up the disk space cluttered by temporary items and cache folders. It will also clear the virtual memory and sleep image files. From now on, you will no longer be disturbed by startup disk full message. It looks like we have reached the end of our tips. By following our advice, you can delete up to 20 gigabytes of unneeded data from your computer. We hope these tips help you to free up disk space on your Mac and fix the startup disk full error message. Do note that while it is possible to clean up your Mac manually, this may take too much time. Professional tools were created especially to help you perform a quick, efficient cleanup of your hard drive.